Hello my loves and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Nicole and in this video I'm going to create two looks with the Winter Wonderland palette by Cosmic Beauty. I created this look, it's the second one. The first one I created last week. This video also was supposed to go up last week, but as you can hear I got a cold and I couldn't speak last week, so I wasn't able to film and upload the video, but now it's going up this week. But I would say let's just jump into the first look I created with this beautiful palette. For my first look with the Winter Wonderland palette, I will be using the green shades in the palette, and I will be starting with the darkest green right here. It's called Showers. So I zoomed in a little bit so you can see a little better what I'm doing. So I just start to build up this dark green shade in the crease. So I already used this palette a few times off camera because I didn't have time to film. And I didn't quite like it. So I didn't like it. But I think it was because of the eyeshadow base I used. Now I finally got to try the Sigma eye base. I use it in the color Persuade. I didn't buy it for a long time because I was scared that it will be too dark for me, and I was right. It is a tiny bit too dark for me, and I wish it was just a little bit lighter, but I can make it work, and it's a fantastic eye base. I used it today actually. It's a fantastic eye base. It is what I'm wearing today underneath this eyeshadow, and the eyeshadow works way better and way more easy already. So I'm now going in with the lighter green called Peaceful and put it on a blending brush, and I'm just going over the edges with it. I think that shows that even though I have pretty good eyeshadow like this, a bad base can ruin it. Can ruin the experience of how it feels to work with it. Cosmic Beauty is very hot, and I don't know yet if the hype is worth it, because it's good eyeshadow, but is it something very special? I don't know. Next I'm going in with the color Crisp right here with a very fluffy blending brush, and I just dust it over the edges to create a very seamless blend. So I'm using Showers now, the dark teal shade, and I'm putting it onto my lower lash line, connecting it with the eyeshadow I put on my lid. So then I'm going in with a teeny tiny blending brush and a little bit of Peaceful, that mid-toned teal shade, and I'm just blending. I'm very happy with that. And now I'm going to use the shade Wonderland right here, that shimmery white shade. There's a little bit of gold reflects in it, but it's a very pretty shade. So I'm popping it all over the lid, and from the front right into the outer corner. Then I'm using the brush I applied it with to very softly smudge the edges. I think you have to spray that shade to make it work. or use your finger, because I think if you would use it with a dry brush, you would get a lot of fallout. So in the front, I will use my brush to make it look like a cut crease, but I'll leave it very blended in the back. So I will use the pastel green right here. So I will use it as an inner corner highlight, and I will connect it with the deeper shades we applied on the lower lash line. So I'm going to use a wet liner by Glisten Cosmetics. It's the blue one called Blue Sky. How fitting. So I'm taking the light side of the blue and I use it on a very small brush, and I will put it above the cut crease we just did. I need more concentration for that, and I will be right back. So this, my loves, is the finished look number 1. I absolutely love it. Oh, it's so pretty. You know, I really do love blue eyeshadow, and I really like teals and everything in that color family, blue, teals, greens, all in that corner of the color I really do love, and I think this is so pretty. So this will be my second look with the Winter Wonderland palette. In the first one I almost exclusively used the teal shades. Now I'm thinking I want to mix some of the blues with some purples. I think I want to start with the shade Cold right here. So I start putting it into my outer corner. Now I took a clean blending brush and just go over the edges a tiny bit to blend it more on itself. So now I'm going to use Fresh Air, and I'm putting it in the front part of my crease. Now blend these first 2 shades together. Now I want to use Blanket. I use this as my blending shade for the darker purple. Then I get to use a tiny bit more of Cold to re-intensify that shadow. So now I'm using Icicle to blend out that blue shade. So I want this look to be a little more on the blue side. That's why I'm using Clear Skies. Yeah, Clear Skies to deepen up my outer corner. Clear Skies is a very, very deep blue. So I think that will look amazing in the outer corner. Now I blend it out into the purple. Yeah, I think this made it a lot more bluish. I really like that. But now I'm applying a tiny bit of my Sigma Eye Base to my lower lash line. So I start by using Clear Skies, that very, very deep blue, and putting it in the outer part of my lower lash line and connecting it to the look above. So then I blend this with a very tiny brush. And I also blend it into what is above. on my eyelids. Then I take this same tiny brush and some of Cold, that purple shade, and I blend it out with that a tiny bit. Then I take a tiny bit of blanket on a small blending brush and just go over the edges. So I take a little bit of fresh air now and applying it in the front part of the lower lash line, but I'm leaving a little space so I can put my inner corner highlight there later. Then I take Icicle and just blend a little bit. So first I'm going to use this right here. It's called Winter Solstice. On almost the entire lid I will use Winter Wonderland. It's called. I will use this shade in the inner corner, and I will use this shade right here to blend the multi-chrome into the darker shades in the outer corner. It's called Chill. So first I start with Winter Solstice, taking it on a brush and spraying it just a little bit. And then it's just a very beautiful shade. In natural lighting it looks absolutely amazing. Here in this lighting, and I think as well in the camera, it looks very red, and the shift isn't as obvious, but in natural lighting it looks very amazing. It's so beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. I just take the blending brush I had the pastel blue on and just blend the edges a tiny bit so everything flows together nicely. And then I take the same brush but just the other side, and I go into Chill. I don't spray it, I just want to have a little bit on the brush, and I go around the edges of that multi-chrome so it blends very seamlessly into the dark blue and the purple that I have in the outer corner. So I use a pencil brush and Wonderland for my inner corner highlight. I just put it there. Wonderland is one of my favorite shades in this palette because it's this white shimmer, and I love a white shimmer, but it has this tiny little bit of warmth to it, like there's a little tiny bit gold shimmer in it, I think, and it makes the shade so pretty. It makes it so pretty. I blended a little bit over the blue I applied on the lower lash line. Yeah, that's stunning. So I think I will now finish the eye makeup by putting on mascara and eye pencil, and I will apply the rest of my makeup and then I will be right back. So this is the finished eye look. I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. This combination of blue and purple is just it's just stunning. The eyeshadows performed really well. But now let's zoom out, finish my face makeup, because I didn't apply highlighter yet because I wanted to apply a eyeshadow from that palette as a highlighter today. So as a highlighter I wanted to use the Wonderland shade right here of that palette. I used it in my own inner corner already, and I think it's just such a beautiful shade. It will look amazing on the skin as well. And on the skin you see that slight gold sheen that it has to it. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty. All the products I used on my face today I will list in the description box. The products I used for the first look I don't remember. I honestly do not remember them. I filmed the first look before I got sick last week. So I filmed the first look, and the day after I was very sick. I couldn't I couldn't speak. That's how bad this cold was. So it has been more than a week since I filmed it, and I did not film the part where I actually did my face makeup, so I just do not remember what I used. I'm very sorry for that, but most of the time I use the same products anyway for my face makeup because I really love them. So let's chat about the palette a little bit. As I already told you, first I didn't like it, but I found out that it was the eyeshadow primers I used with it that didn't work well, and I tried these eyeshadow primers with other palettes that I know I love, and they didn't work as well. So I now know that it wasn't this palette right here, it was the eyeshadow primers that weren't very good. So now with the Sigma eyeshadow base, these shadows work absolutely beautifully. Like, they are very easy to work with, very buildable, very blendable. Even the dark shades are very easy to blend, and that's something I really like. Blendable and pigmented at the same time, that's just a great combination, and that's just a great eyeshadow formula. And especially for that price point, this palette only cost me 40 euros, which is, compared to like Ensley Rain or Bella Beauty Bar, it's very cheap, like it's half of their prices. So that's absolutely great. This is an amazing eyeshadow formula. The shimmers and the multi-chromes look absolutely beautiful on the eye. I'm very impressed with that brand. The only thing I don't really like is that the packaging feels a little cheap. But at the same time, if they would make higher quality packaging, the price would go up. So I rather have a packaging that's a little bit cheaper feeling, and I have a better price point. That's just how I see it. I just wanted to mention it. I also have to say I had very minimal fallout with these shades, almost nothing, which is amazing considering that these shades are very deep and very pigmented. So having almost no fallout is absolutely amazing. Especially if you're someone that likes to put on their face makeup first and then do the eyeshadow. I'm not a person like that, as you were able to see. I like to do my eye makeup first, because then I can clean up some edges with concealer afterwards, to make it look a little bit more clean. But if you like to do your eyeshadow after you've done your face makeup, this will be no problem, because there is next to no fallout. So I think I've said anything that I have to say about this palette. It's absolutely amazing. It's very stunning. The color story is right up my alley. It's very blue, purples, and some teals. I love blue eyeshadow so much. It's my favorite eyeshadow color. I think it makes my eyes just look so beautiful. I have great blue eyes, and I think blue eyeshadow especially is making my eyes look a little bit more blue, and I really do love that. And I think blue eyeshadow looks amazing on everyone, because blue eyeshadow is just amazing. Like, you hear, I just love blue eyeshadow, so this color story is right up my alley. I really love it, and the quality is stunning as well. So this is definitely a very nice palette, and I'm excited to see what this brand is coming out with next. The palettes that I had before weren't quite my alley, except for the Serenity palette. I think that was their first one, when I'm not totally mistaken. But it was out of stock for such a long time. so I wasn't able to buy it. So I think with the next release they have, if the Serenity palette is available, I'll get this one as well. And I'm excited for their next release because I love to buy great eyeshadow that isn't breaking the bank. Please let me know which look you did like the most. I think this is my favorite because it's just a little bit more blue, and as you know, I love blue eyeshadow, but I really like the first look as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!